unfortunately, most paths are hard. There are lots of stories about people who start out on a journey and then something happens. Pilgrim's Progress is full of all that, stuff that you encounter as a difficulty and say, oh well, yeah, I think I best just look back and check that things are all right at home, or some reason or other. So lots of setbacks, let's call it, and sadly, some people never come back to the path, or their path. But you have to persevere, and at times it can get very hard. And all these things about, what's that thing in the Psalms? Going through the Valley of Darkness. Yes, Valley of Darkness, all this stuff. If you've ever been on any kind of quest or journey, there are going to be some valleys of darkness. And I've had my share. At times I really thought my own madness, my own sanity was in question. So I just mentioned that because it isn't a walk in the park. But if you do make the journey, and whatever path is right for you, you eventually get to the sunny uplands, I call them, where things are pretty good. And you still have challenges, and you still have questions, but it's not quite as daunting as it used to be. At least that's my experience, and I can commend it to you, because many of the gurus say the journey never ends. And each year I think, well, I must know most of what there is to know. At least I think I do, got things settled out. A year later I thought, you fool, you knew nothing. Now a new world opens up, and again I'm going to talk about some of those things. Well, I'll talk about one of them now. I mean, who has some familiarity with quantum physics and the implications of the discovery of physics of the last, well, actually it's been 100 years now, believe it or not, since they first started making discoveries. Right, so all of this stuff comes down to something which we will be doing in the second half, in the practical magic, which is that all these little things which make subatomic particles, which make up matter, which make up everything, which make us up, are only thought. I came stumbling across that thought on my journey several times over many years, that everything is made of thought. And I used to say, all right, but how can that be? And I mean, I can't necessarily say I could explain it, but the idea really seems to be extremely resilient, and quantum physics supports that all these tiny subatomic particles are subject to thought. We can influence them. And if we can influence one minor subatomic particle, why can't we influence bigger things? Well, the truth probably is, well, the truth is, in my opinion, that you can.